guys. Hello, everyone. It's Kathleen, your conscious coach. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone is doing well, doing excellent. I hope you're staying safe. So, black in this pandemic. That is what we are. If you are like me, African American, black in the pandemic, what they want us to do? That is the question. So I'm gonna go through a few little tips or whatever you want to call it. I am Kathleen, your conscious coach. Thank you for joining me. I'm also the author of the Conscious Book Collection, which I'll be sharing with you later. Um, but this session, we're really going to talk about being black and what are you doing in this pandemic. It's super important. First things first, that we stay safe out here in these streets, okay? Because the coronavirus is still in existence, regardless of what Trump says. Coronavirus is still very real and very present. So I'm Kathleen Hearod, your conscious coach. I'm also chosen an author, speaker, and writer. Yes, I am. I told you about my books. And so, yeah, I'll be just having a word with you tonight. And if you ever hear the Conscious Book Collection, they're probably talking about me. So I'm the author of the Conscious Book Collection. Right now, it's 4 books that I've written specifically to help black families, to restore black families. I love to do that type of work. And so, yeah, that's what I do. I'm Kathleen. I'm an author. I'm your conscious coach. I help families who want to build that ideal family of love and having stronger bonds in your family and building up that strong relationship. And yeah, so let's get the crack a lacking. Number one, I want to ask you, number one, how are you doing in these COVID streets? Are you following the CDC guidelines? Hey, love, follow the CDC and then some, but not too much. But make sure you are practicing social distancing. Make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you check the CDC website frequently because things do change. But as far as I know, we're still washing hands. We're still social distancing. I still wash my things off when I bring them into the house. If it's in a container, I immediately take it out of the container and I wash everything. I've gotten away from all the bleach because I think it's messing with making me have asthma problems. So I've gotten away from the bleach. I do use pine sol because they did say pine sol could kill things too. But as far as I know, you have to use it at full strength. You cannot dilute it. So while we taking care of each other in these corona streets and at home, make sure you are following the CDC guidelines. Just make sure you are staying safe. Make sure you wear your mask. I don't have one in here with me, but you know what a mask looks like. People have been wearing masks forever. Make sure you wear your mask. I wear glasses, so my eyes are covered, but I do have those face shield things too. And I will wear them periodically, those plastic shields, but I still wear my face mask and I still have my glasses on. So I want us to stay safe because we do know that black people are being disproportionately affected by COVID-19. More blacks are dying than any other race. So it means we have to step our game up. Even with your young children, make sure they're wearing a mask because if they catch it because they hanging out and they bring it home, it's going to be problems. So let's talk to our families. Let's sit down. Let's make this a serious thing. Let's really talk to our families, engage, and make sure we're following the CDC guidelines, okay? Now, for me, if I go out or whatever and I have on certain clothes, sometimes if I'm out around people, like I go to the grocery store and it's pretty packed, sometimes, honey, I come home, take that head wrap off because I wear head wraps if I don't have my hair done because I'm natural. And if I ain't got time to do all this and do all that, I'll have a head wrap on. And so when I come home, I'll take that head wrap off and I have alternate head wraps that I switch through. So I set it to the side, or when it was hot, I would set it out in the sun and leave it out there, for 2 or 3 days, let it get good and hot and kill all the corona, whatever it do. And I'll wash them, just throw them in the washing machine and all that good stuff. So it depends. For me, I try to be extra cautious. So I will throw things in the washing machine and wash them and do what I have to do. But I want to encourage you during this time to just make sure you are taking care of you and your family. Look, the coronavirus got hands. Take it seriously, guys, because we don't want any of our people to die, right? I don't want to lose anyone. I don't want to, I don't want to die myself. So we just have to do the best we absolutely can. And don't use religion and don't use God as a cover up. Don't be like, well, if it's my time, it's my time. What God got for me is for me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So I ain't wearing no mask. That's foolishness. Okay. So what you need to do, okay, is get you a mask, okay, and stop acting silly and take care of yourself. You understand? Let the mother help you, honey. That's what you need to do. Stop the religious um, nonsense. Stop acting like, I mean, God gonna cover us and all of that, but you can't use that as an excuse for you to not be responsible. How do I know that? I'm a woman of God. I studied the book, and it doesn't say such nonsense. This is not the first pandemic. It was pandemics and all that stuff, plagues and all that back in the Bible day. And God gave the people instruction. He said, go in your house, stay in your house until all this stuff is over with because you can get it. That's exactly what he meant. And that's what it means right now. You can get it. Say that with me. You can get it. Say it again. You can get it. So don't try to act like God is punishing you and all that kind of stuff. Take precaution. If you do so happen to get it, I pray that you are healed, delivered, set free. If you happen to go into the hospital, I hope you walk out better than when you went in. If you are having complications, I pray right now that God will heal you from the inside out. If you have any type of damage, I pray that God will restore your lungs, your heart, your whatever you lost. I pray that He gives it back to you in Jesus' name. Okay, let's get that covered. Number two, I want to talk to us about our basic needs. During this time, some people, it's easy to kind of fall off. And I'm going through this kind of quick. I ain't trying to hold you. But during this time, some people have a tendency to fall off. That some people, I don't want to get into saying depression and stuff like that. But some of us are at home more, and so we sit around more, and we lay around more, and we are eating more. So I want to just encourage you to make sure you doing your basic care and washing your behind. Now, I didn't have to say it like that, but I just wanted to because I wanted to lighten it up a little bit and have a little fun. So make sure you're taking care of your personal needs now because you could be walking around the house, a whole little funk bag and need some deodorant and to take care of your business. I love my little fan. Okay, so make sure you are doing what you need to do to take care of yourself during this pandemic, child. Wash your behind, use some soap, and it'll make you feel good. You know how you feel good when you take a shower, you take a bath? It just makes you feel good. You feel like a new person. You got your face all clean, you don't moisturize. It makes you feel good. One day I put on some lashes, child. I ain't going nowhere. Ain't been nowhere. I barely do go to the store. Thank God for my husband because I don't even like fooling with all this stuff we got going on. So I barely even go to the store. But girl, honey, one day my husband came home. I had on lashes. I had my makeup on. He was like, "Where you going?" In my living room. So take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, okay? This is one day because I'm old now. I got gray hair and everything, but he decided to take us out for the weekend, and I surprised him, honey. Put a little dress on, put a little heel on, did my little thing. So take care of yourself. Make sure you don't drop off and fall off, even during the pandemic. Don't get all out of shape and all that kind of stuff, because you ain't gonna like yourself when you do all that. So, just keep yourself up. We all done gained some pounds. I think I done gained about 20 pounds. I ain't lying. I ain't even finna stand up. I know I done gained about 20 pounds. Uh, but anyway, just make sure you keep yourself up. Take care of your basic needs. Even though you're wearing a mask, brush your teeth because you don't want the dentist to pull your mask off and have the teeth got cavities, okay? So brush your teeth. Brush them teeth. All right. Moving on to another little thing we call finances. Now, I don't have a little thing up here for finances, so I'm just going to flash my logo. For finances, y'all, don't this look like I got money? Because I do. So, listen, for finances, I can't tell you about your finances because I'm not in your house, right? So this ain't personal. All I'm going to say is this. Spend as little money as possible because we really don't know where we are and we really don't know how we're going to come out of this. We really don't know what job's going to be available when we come out of this. we really don't know how all of this gonna go quite yet. They saying Trump messed up negotiations with China and all this. Look now, I know for a fact I could not send my product. I had a product that was going to be manufactured in a company in China. They're no longer accepting our packages. The area that I had to ship to. So I had a product that was supposed to be in a major retail outlet. I cannot produce it right now. I can't get a company in the United States because everybody's busy, and now I can't send it overseas. So what am I saying to you? We don't know what's going on. Everybody in the pandemic. Say everybody, everybody. Say everybody, because I'm in St. Louis. Everybody in the pandemic. So we all need to just consider how we gonna come out of this. So make sure you are basically staying on a budget. And here's a big one. Because some of us got pride. We got big pride. Ask for help. You know what I'm saying? Ask for help. I'm telling you, stock up. You know what I'm saying? I practice this. Every time I go to the store, I be buying cans of beans. I bet my husband be like, why is she buying all these beans? Because, baby, we don't know what's in that. Last thing I want to do, I got a piece of her or something. Last thing I want to do is be hungry in a pandemic. Okay, I got a little garden in my backyard. We grew okra, we grew tomatoes. They were good too. And guess what I bought? I bought me some in-house baskets because I'm gonna grow food in my house. I don't care. Are you hearing me? This winter in my basement will be some food. So listen, get used to, and then ladies and gentlemen, start making food. Make bread so you can learn how to make bread. So if you do end up in a situation where you gotta whip up some flour and some water and an egg or two or whatever, it ain't nasty. Okay, make sure it ain't nasty. So learn how to make some biscuits. Learn how to make some bread. Learn how to make some what you used to call it back in the day, hope cakes, which ain't nothing but flour bread. Don't be afraid to ask for help and to seek resources. So you want to accumulate stuff, and I'm just using the word stuff. You want to accumulate items and have canned goods, and think about your children now. So you want to have, some little gummy bears, stuff like that. That stuff lasts forever. So you want to get some gummy bears, some gummy worms, and then you might get to a point where you have to give them 3 or 4 at a time or something like that, or 3 or 4 a day. I don't know. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So make sure you are prepared financially the best way possible. And even now, they give away a whole lot of food. Don't go get food if you don't need it. Just hogging it up because other people really do need food who have lost jobs and all types of situations out here. But if you need it, get it. And while you can, get stuff and stock it up and put it to the back. That's all I got to say about finances. Pay your bills. But it's a lot of businesses out here, like organizations who are helping with bills too. So get out there and do your research and find out about these resources. Don't try to carry this pandemic by yourself because there are people who are better off than you. Okay, there are people who have not lost their job. There are people who actually getting bonuses during this time because they're frontline workers or their company is doing well. A lot of companies are doing well during the pandemic. So know your resources. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And whatever you can think of financially that you need to do, think about it and do it, okay? Because I want us all to come out of this the best way we possibly can. All right, we're moving along. The next thing I want to shout out to talk about a little bit is our physical health. Now you heard me just say I gained 20 pounds. But let me tell you what a sister will do. A sister got a treadmill in there and she will get on that treadmill, at least do 30 minutes. That I will do. So here's my little stuff. Shout out to Get Fit with Bree. She is the one who is responsible. You see those bands down there? They are fantastic. I have a bomb knee. I've had it since I played tennis back when I was in the sixth grade or fifth grade, whenever I started playing tennis and all that stuff. So I've had a bum knee forever. Let me tell you something. Get Fit with Bree. If you have issues like that, grab these bands with Get Fit with Bree, and I'm gonna type her name in the comments since I done brought her all up into this conversation, honey. Um, there's my link tree. I just posted that in case y'all want to get in contact. That's YouTube, Periscope. Come on, Facebook. What's wrong with Facebook? And there go Facebook. Get Fit with Bree. I'm just gonna type Get fit with Bree. Now, look at that logo because if it don't look like that, you see it's GFWB. If it don't look like that, that's not Get Fit with Bree. You want Get Fit with Bree, okay? That's what you want. Get Fit with Bree. Fit with Bree. I think it's BRE. So those resistance bands are the bomb. I have a bomb knee. I cannot do squats, but ever since I got these Get Fit with Bree brands, I can do my squats. I can do my squats. I'm not going to prove it to you right now. I'm telling you the truth. I can do my squats. I love my little wheelie thingy, right? You see my little wheelie thingy right there? I love my little wheelie thingy. Now, I was doing it wrong and I was tearing it up. I was doing like 50. I started doing it right. I can only make it to about 15. I do my weights when I'm on the treadmill most of the time to just get it out the way. Hand weights. I do this and do this and whatever else I do. That's my yoga mat because I love getting on the floor doing yoga and all that good stuff. And those are my Zoots, my shoes. I love them. They're comfortable. They really got a really nice snug fit, and that's what I like to walk in. So even though we're in a pandemic, guys, stay healthy, work out, do your thing. And they say if you ever get COVID, you need to work out because that stuff gets clogged up in your lungs and it can cause embolisms or blood clots. So they say move your arms, open up your lungs. I'm not a health expert, so call a health expert. I'm just telling you what I heard. And so, do your exercises, open up your lungs, and keep it moving. Don't let that stuff sit on you. All right, honey, that's all I got for health, physical health. Ride your bike, throw some balls around, do stuff with your family, play kickball, jump rope, go to the park. You know what I mean? Just don't just be sitting up in the house having this pandemic experience. All of us are in the pandemic experience, right? Everybody. I told you that earlier. So make sure you are doing some things different. That's all it is. We got to do things differently. All right. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is mental health. Mental health is big. And I'm going to tell you right now, you better know somebody. Y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all out here trying to do these battles by yourself. I don't know why people do that. I don't know. It's a lot of people programmed that way. Child, let me tell you something. This girl right here been going to therapy since I was probably 21 years old. Oh yes, I will find me a therapist. Oh yes, I do not play with life. Life will mess you up. I do not play with that. So when I find myself in a position where I got too much going on in my head, honey. My phone is about to die and I want to show you guys something. Where I got too much going on in my head, I'm going to reach out to me a good old therapist. And I will go sit down on that couch. And yes, just like y'all would pay $200 for some Jordans, I would pay $200 to a good therapist. And if I go to a therapist, first I check my therapist out. Like I really go in and see what they about and have that first consultation to see if we connecting, vibing, if they got the right spirit. And I don't go to therapists that because this is how therapy works. When you go to a therapist, they're there to help you. So if you go there and you're not being honest and you're not willing to put it all on the table, you might not get the best experience you could possibly have. I'm the type of person when I walk into the therapist's office, you getting it all. I'm sorry for doing that. That was uncalled for. But you getting it all. I'm letting it all hang out because I need this. I like my mind to be balanced. That's just who I am. I like a really good balance, and of course, my major was psychology. But anywho, I like a really good balance. Speaking of mental, um, let's see. I want to jump ahead of myself. One person I like on Instagram, which I met her years ago, which is why I follow her. I think it was when I first decided to go to school for psychology, but I can't remember. But anyway, on Instagram is embrace your difference. Embrace your difference. One of her posts today is stop giving CPR to dead situations. Now, I'm not recommending anybody. I'm just showing you somebody that I know, period. That's all. So embrace your difference. That is really cool. So, like I said, you better know somebody. Black people, especially, please, please, please stop trying to live life with this whole idea of I'm going to do it all by myself and I don't need nobody else. What's that song that Vicky Wine is saying? Long as I got King Jesus, long as I got King Jesus, long as I got him, don't need nobody else. I used to lead that song at church, and you know why I stopped? Because it was a stupid song. You need people, you need your family, you need others, and you need the help of professionals. Your pastor, God bless him or her, are beautiful people. They're doing the work of the Lord. Hallelujah. I know they are. But, sweetheart, you need a professional sometimes. You really do, to help pull you through and get your mind back in balance. There's nothing wrong with that. Have Jesus and a therapist. Okay? Jesus and a therapist. So that's one person. Let me see if I want to say anything else about that. Check on you, do some online evaluations. I like online evaluations. So a lot of therapists have these online evaluations that you can take to try to see if you are depressed or angry or whatever the case may be. So there are online evaluations. And since it's a pandemic, the therapists have moved to virtual. So they are online, they are waiting for you. So make sure you know somebody. Now, I was a guest on a show. This is Grace Hope Consulting. This is I can't read her name on here. But anyway, I did a podcast where I talked about one of my books on her show, which was in July. So you need to know people. She's not my therapist, and I don't know anything about her on a personal or professional level, except for I did an interview on her show. But look her up, honey. She might be a good person for you. She just might be a good person for you. So don't be afraid of a good therapy session, okay? Let me see. They do online evaluations. And then a good therapeutic way to deal with everything that we're living in is to talk to your friends, your family, join a group. And if your family the type of family where you can't even tell them I'm going through this or I feel bad, because black folks be like, girl, child, that ain't nothing. Last week I lost my job and lost a finger. It's like you can't tell them nothing, child. They're gonna try to out trauma you. They're going to try to out trauma you. So my suggestion is join a group or an organization and have someone that you can talk to. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to go with the mental stuff. Emotional, realize we are all in this every time. Like every time you think about the pandemic, every time, if you're a person who has lost your job, if you're a person who is struggling, if you're a person who just the pandemic itself is a lot. Just waking up knowing I just can't go to the movies. I just can't go to the mall and just hang out because somebody might be up in there with corona and cough on me and all that. All of that stuff kind of can easily overwhelm you. So make sure you realize every time that you are not the only one. You gotta consciously think about that every time. I'm not the only one. So other people feel like me. Other people are having this experience. So I gotta just hang in here and find you a calm place. You know what I like to do? I'm a jazz girl. So when I feel overwhelmed or whatever, baby, I get my speaker out, my Bluetooth speaker, I turn on some jazz and I chill out. Like I literally would chill out for a couple of days, like do nothing for a couple of days and just go in that room, honey, and lay on that bed or sit on that couch and watch TV or listen to my music. I got another thing I do too when I got stuff on my mind and I just want to be silly or I just want to, because I have my God time. I get up in the morning, I got a routine. So I have my God time, but sometimes I go in my basement. We got a booming system down there. I turn that basement praise breaks on, and I got this good old tambourine right here. I will go down there and have a straight praise break. Now, You got your thing, I got my thing, you do your thing. I'm just telling you about my thing. I will go down there and have a Holy Ghost fit and shout. Look, I end up crying, going into prayer. Child, ain't no telling what's gonna happen in that basement. But it's my time because emotionally, I just gotta keep myself in check. I gotta feel good about myself every day. I gotta just somehow life got to be good to me every day. I love enjoying life, and I got to feel that. I got to experience that every day. I got to be me, and that's just who I am. They watching a football game here. I guess his brother done came over here. So emotionally realize we are all in this every time. Realize that you are never alone. Do you hear me? Look into my eyes. You are never alone. And I mean that. You are never alone. The whole world, as in Japan, Australia, India, Alaska, what I name all of them that begins with like an A sound last time. Turkey, Switzerland, the Netherlands, everywhere, all over the world, everyone is in the pandemic. There's not a woman, there's not a child, there's not a man, there's not a boy who is not right now presently in the pandemic. I know you see people out eating. Those are people who are risk takers. You don't know if they are sick or doing well. You don't know, but you feel like since you're at home and you're not out, you're missing something. You could be missing a trip to the hospital. So listen up, take it seriously, and guess what? All of this eventually at some point will be over. They're saying next year this time is when stuff should start subsiding. We don't know. All I'm saying is don't be overwhelmed. You understand? Emotionally, just keep yourself in check. Don't get overwhelmed because who's going through this at this moment in time? Who? Who? Everybody. The whole world. If you got a map, pull out the map, baby. Everybody. The whole world, every woman, child. Look, even the ants going through. Child, it's been a squirrel coming on my porch eating my plants. They going through. If I catch him though, I might make me a little squirrel hat. No, I'm just joking. But all I'm saying is everybody is going through. So don't take it personal. Don't feel like God is doing something to you, and don't do that because it's not that. This is what we're all going through. Now, if you like me, I keeps my Jesus in my heart because I can't make it through this without the Lord, baby. That's not going to work for me. So your spiritual health. Ooh, let's jump into that right quick. Don't give. Did I give y'all a graphic for that good old emotional balance? I don't know if I did or not. But for that spiritual health, listen up, guys. On that spiritual side, I'm gonna say this: don't give yourself a spiritual headache. Okay. I know a lot of us are praying, go pandemic, go away, Corona, go away, go away. Corona's still here. Okay. Now, Corona may not be affecting you. It may not be affecting your family. I can tell you it has affected my family. And I do know some people personally who passed away. So don't give yourself a spiritual headache, okay? Thank God for his grace. Thank God for his mercy. Thank God that you haven't gotten it. Thank God if you got it, you survived it. Thank God if you got it right now, you're dealing with it, that you're managing it. Thank God that, hey, that you're saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost in case you slip away from here. But we hope that don't happen. But I'm just saying, don't give yourself a headache in this pandemic. We're going to be all right no matter what. And don't give yourself a headache and don't give a headache to nobody else. Okay? Do that. Don't be preaching to people, okay, from Corona heaven to Corona hell. Don't do that because everybody's struggling right now. It's putting us in a mental space. So spiritually, keep the faith. Is all I can say. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Be there for people if you can be. I tell people, I think I post on Facebook every once in a while. Pray, repent, repeat. Okay? Pray, repent, repeat. Just try to keep yourself in the flow. You know what I'm saying? Be strong and be compassionate and stay in the faith. That's all I got to tell you. Be strong, be compassionate, be very compassionate. Consider others, especially 6 feet. Stay. Mm-mm. Baby, I was at the store today and this woman walked up on me in line. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. You should know what 6 feet is by now. So keep the faith. So spiritually, I just want you guys to remember, hold on, and keep the faith. Don't overdo it, guys. Don't overdo it. Okay, just hold on. Don't Hey, God give you a word. He give you a word. He give you encouragement. He give you encouragement. He give you to encourage other people. Encourage other people. But God, He over this whole world. You ain't got to try to do His job. You don't. Just do your job in Him, and I think that will be plenty, plenty, plenty. Let's see. The race thinking. I want us to think right now as a race of people. I'm speaking to my African Americans at this point in time. As a race of people, I want us to think about not only how we exist in this moment, but how we want to come out of this moment, how we want to evolve while we're going through this transition, how we want to elevate our conscious minds, right? How we want to begin to think on another level, how we want to begin to bring our family in and restore our families and restore the love. I saw a Instagram post. I want to share this one with you. One site I love that I look at that's encouraging is the Black Man Can. So if you're a black man, go to the Black Man Can on Instagram. And this dude right here, hold on, Kiara and them, I like him. And a good person and still know who you are outside of those roles. It's challenging. I'm learning more about what a man really is because I got this on the job training here, just getting to a point where I'm frustrated because all these things that the world told me that a man was or a man is supposed to be, that shit is supremely unhelpful right now. I ain't got no answers, man. I'm still figuring it out. You let the world tell you what a man is. A man is the sum of what he does for his woman and his family. The longer I live, I'm beginning to realize that that is entirely not true. A man is so much more internal. A man is what. So anyway, he has some things to say. My phone died, sorry. But the Black Man Can is a site that I like. African Nation, African United. It's so many on Instagram that I follow because I like to stay encouraged and in my zone. The Today family, Tadea is TADEAFAMILY. It's Tendaya or Tadea, something like that. Family. I follow them on Instagram too. Matter of fact, she got proposed to today by her boyfriend. It was or yesterday. It was so beautiful. But anyway, they promote the family unit. They promote healthy relationships and marriage, and so that's why I follow them. I promote the same thing. So as we're thinking about our race, I want you to think about too how you're going to guide your family into this conscious elevation where we create stronger bonds, where we learn to be loyal and be committed to one another and focus on the family. And so I want you to just think about that. How will we come out of this? How will we come out of this, Black family? What can we do right now? And the good thing is right now everybody's doing a lot of learning from home, right? That's what your babies are doing. They're learning right now virtually. Guess what? You can learn virtually as well. You can also, as Mike M. Hotep said on the Roland Martin show, he's on the African History Network. But one of the things he said the other day is that we have forgotten that we were readers and we were thinkers. We came into this world and we've come into this circumstance after we left out of the hold of slavery. Now we've come into this American culture and we've basically assimilated, or we kind of just follow the pattern of whatever the oppressor has put out there. Society has put out there. Society is ran by the oppressor. So, anywho, if you can handle that, we kind of came into this society and we just kind of started following along, like, oh, how do we do this and how do we do that? And me, for Black people, I always say we always in survival mode. We're still trying to survive. We're still trying to arrive at success. And so we're still kind of in struggle mode a little bit. What I would like for us to do, since we're learning these new ways of learning, we're learning new technology, and we're going back to the basics, I want us to turn right back around and start educating ourselves. Start taking in new information, to start learning and to start reading. Start reading, start reading. And don't just read stuff about slavery. That's good. Take that all in. One of my favorite, I ain't even gonna start naming all them books, but I got a whole bunch of books I like, a whole lot of movies I like, that dealt with our true history and what we went through. Slavery by Another Name is one of my favorites. But then you got all these movies out here like Roots and all that stuff. I'm not a big fan of those. I think if you watch them once, that's good. That's because it's a lot, but you need to know it. But how do we move forward? And so, how do we elevate our conscious minds, right? And care more, love more, experience life more deeply as Black people? How do we get to that point where, like I said, we are building stronger bonds where the family is actually a unit? All right. Talking about things like, having a whole complete family, not just single moms, but dad, mom, and our babies. It's our time to create lasting bonds and build a solid foundation. So I do want to let you know I'm going to run through the conscious book collection right quick and let you see, you guys, what that looks like. So the first book I want to introduce you to is the Legacy Workbook. The Legacy Workbook is all about establishing, creating stronger, lasting bonds within the family. It's 7 chapters. Each chapter has activities for the families to do. It's going to create and build expectations within the family, create values. You're also, by the end of the book, you're going to create your own family crest, and you're going to build your own, create your family covenant, and you'll build your family crest. So you see the crest on the front of the book, you'll actually be creating one of those for your own family with your own name. I'm going to show you how to do that. So in the book, like I said, it's 7 chapters. It's commitment, love, stability, trust. Being Black is one of the chapters. As a matter of fact, that's the first chapter. So each one of these chapters, your family will have activities that you need to do as a family, as a group. Guys, it's so much fun. You're going to learn about yourself as African American people. It's more than meets the eye. I promise you, it is a very good book. The next book is Things I Wish I Knew. This is a very good book for mothers and daughters. Good book for churches. I'm telling you, this is a good book for churches. Good book for groups. Good book for sister circles. Things I Wish I Knew. It's a conscious mind guide to help you basically maximize your love and life experiences. So you want to reduce the chaos in your life. You want to not find yourself in some crazy relationship and end up saying, man, I wish I would have known. Well, get this book. It's all about the things that you wish you knew. For African Americans, we have a high rate of sexual activity in our teens. I keep telling people that Black children are not like all other children. We come from different backgrounds, so we need different types of education. I don't need you to teach my son how to use a condom. I need my son to understand he don't need a condom. He needs to wait until he gets a wife. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna say that's old school. They ain't gonna never do that. Well, you ain't probably never tried, right? You've never probably tried to even introduce that type of living or lifestyle to your children. So don't say what they won't do. Instead, embark upon a journey that can help them be successful in doing it. Okay, give them options. Let them know, honey, that you don't have to put yourself out there like that. I watched Judge, the one that has that parenting court show the other day. It was a guy on there who had his first child at 12 years old. You heard me right. 12. He had a child. He has 9 children now. He's 27 years old. The young lady that was on there had her first child at 14 years old. She has 5 children. She's 25 years old. So you have a 25-year-old with 5 children who first had her first child at 14, and you had a 27-year-old Black man on there who first had his first child at 12, and he has 9 children. Let me tell you something. Stop letting the devil defeat your kids. You understand? Give your children options, baby. Get the book So You Think You Want to Have Sex and help guide your children so they can have a better life and love experience. Well, not a better life and love experience, but a better life experience and have an opportunity for success. That's what that book is all about. You want your children to have a opportunity for success. Now, a lot of you, like me, didn't have that. I had to go back to school after I got grown and my kids got grown and moved out of the house. Why? Because I had children young. I ain't gonna get into all that. But anyway, that's what had happened though. And so, as we're thinking about restoring the Black family and taking our power back and coming out of this pandemic stronger and more conscious than ever before, we first got to think about how to return to our families. Now we also know that in the Black community there's a lot of sexual inappropriateness. There's sexual abuse. Now it happens in every race. Let's be clear. But in the Black race, the statistics say that oh, I don't have my stats in front of me. I know this stuff by heart. Is it 60% or 80% of African American females? I think it's 60. 60% of African American females will be victims of some form of child sexual abuse or sexual assault before the age of 18. Do you hear me, child? Before the age of 18, 60% of us's using that Rihanna fat water. My skin is getting softer. I digress. So 60% of ususes will be sexually violated. 40% of those will happen before the age of 12 years old. I know this. I teach this. I'm about this. And so we need books. We need to learn. We need to educate ourselves so that we can have success in life. That's all it's about. So you want to grab my book, Hurt People, Help People. As a matter of fact, I am on my page, TVB Contact 3. I'm doing a workshop this weekend from 12 to 1:30. It'll be live virtual on Facebook and Instagram on my TVB Contact 3 page. And you are more than welcome to join me there. Here's TVB Contact 3. Hold on. This is what TVB Contact 3 looks like. Hold up. Child, I'm still learning. I'm still learning, but that's what TVB Contact 3 looks like. All right, guys. I do want to say to you guys, thank you for joining me on this live. I hope I've encouraged you in some way. Hope I've influenced you. And I hope that you understand more about what I do and who I am. Now, I cannot let y'all get out of here without hearing a little bit of my track. So I got to play my music. Wait a minute. Why my music ain't playing? What's going on? I don't even know if y'all can hear that. Hey, I got a video I want to play for you guys before I let you go. And before I do that, I just want to let you know that Black is positive. You understand? I don't care what these folks out here running around telling y'all. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what's in the textbook. Black is positive. Black lives matter. Make sure you get out and vote. Let me show you this right quick. This is from our Black mayors. Give our Black mayors a shout out. Yes, Black mayors, come through. All right, let me play the video for you right quick because I need you guys to make sure you go out and you cast your vote. Yes, I have stolen their whole commercial to show it here on my show.
Black women have always been on the front lines for social justice.
It's what we do.
We organize, make phone calls,
And yes,
we run for office.
all while being fly.
We stand up,
Stand up to systemic racism
fight for health care and justice for
all our citizens
and use our power.
our right.
Our responsibility.
Black women
Let's vote.
Vote.
for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Your turn, fellas.
Okay, we got this.
Fellas, brothers,
We've heard our sisters,
Our mothers, our wives, and daughters cry out for equality.
equality
Equality
all across this country. And now it's our turn.
our responsibility to take our power back.
Black women vote more than black men.
And it's time we change that.
Don't give your power away
Every single vote counts in this election.
Show up.
Show out.
and vote for
All right, they did that. That's all I got to say. They handled their business with that. I feel encouraged. I'm definitely gonna vote. go to the link tree and you can see. Let me see if I can. Yeah, go to the link tree. That's where you can find all of my books. I am Kathleen, your conscious coach, and I just want to tell you again, thanks for joining me tonight. Make sure you tag and share with a friend. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, set your notifications so every time I go live, you will know that I have gone live and you won't miss a show, because that is like super important, right? So thank you for joining me on this live. I am Kathleen, your conscious coach. Have yourself a great night.